Be careful.
We already start?
Yes, Coco, it's live. Hold on.
Hello. I am here again. People might want to know if we ain't sleeping tonight.
Oh, it's still early for us. We're actually going through one of your albums, Coco. This is your album, isn't it?
Yes, this is my album. This is my one of my special cuckoo.
Yeah.
Yes. And
So Coco Southern Caribbean style polenta. My design, my flavor, my taste, my display. Yum yum. Have some, make some, eat some. That's nice. Very
it's
nice.
yummy too.
So Coco is polenta, so it's cornmeal with okra and other things, right? It's essentially.
Yes, coconut, yes. And
Mhm.
liquor oil to start.
Mhm.
Yes. Erica Bear, thank you for watching. She says it looks delicious.
It
Yes, this
does.
is my album that we are going through right now. And special dishes I'm gonna be speaking about, and any questions you have to ask. This is one of my kalaloo. Like one lady asked, why the white spot in it with them okra? See that mean your okra hard? The
No.
okra wasn't hard, but that is how when you swizzle a kalaloo, the swizzle stick, a swizzle stick, whether it's made with pure wood or it's made with wire, that doesn't mash up seeds, no matter how young your okra is. That's what a callaloo look like. It's supple. When you dig into it, the spoon that you dig into it, you don't have to use anything to clean the spoon. The callaloo slides off and it leaves it clean. Yes, yes. And this is when you slice your callaloo, and this is callaloo and cuckoo. Callaloo and cuckoo.
My favorite. With a nice piece of fish. Ooh!
Talk about it.
Deliciousness.
Yes,
Pure
grown again.
delicious.
Send the message out.
So what's this?
This is my hot sauce, my favorite hot sauce. It's very professionally done by me. Tasty, yummy, with a
Yes.
whole lot of green herbs in it.
Yeah, we'll bring some. So you use peppers? What, Scotch bonnet? What did you use here?
Well, Scotch bonnet, but here in Las Vegas, I use what's the yellow
The habaneros?
habaneros. Yes, and although habanero is real hot, if I'm using if I'm using like 6 pepper, I will deseed 3 of them or 4 of them, and then I leave the other 2 with the seed, because you want a little fire.
And the seeds what brings the heat, right?
The heat. So if you're using 6 pepper, don't use the 6 just like that, except you just looking
For fire.
for fire, but not flavor. For flavor, you use 4 the seeding, and the other 2 you can leave the seed, and then you flavor it. You flavor it with herbs. Sometimes I want to give out what I will put in my pepper, but it's according to where I am. The ingredients will be different.
Mm-hmm.
Joan Phillips is saying thank you, happy Mama's Day. Pigtails is in the callaloo. You can put pigtails if you eat meat, but if you're a vegan or a vegetarian, you will omit any form of meat in your callaloo. If you want to use dasheen bush or you want to use spinach with okra, but you want to add meat in it, you could add fish if you just want a stew. But if you want callaloo where you have to swizzle and stuff like that, but they have a smoked fish that they're selling home now in Trinidad, and even here, it doesn't have salt. It was just treated with smoke. You can get the smoky flavor, or you could buy liquid smoke and put 2 drops in your callaloo and season it with salt and whatever seasoning. You cook it with your garlic and your onions and stuff like that, and then you bring it down to the flavor of your desire. So this is hot pepper sauce. Hot sauce, pepper sauce.
And this is red quinoa.
Oh, this is red quinoa. Yes.
This is just steamed with garlic, a little bit of macadamia nut oil.
Ah, that is what you like. That is what you
I make
made
it.
me do it with, because you bring it just for that. Tell everybody how many oils you believe in and how many oils you do buy and how many oils
Oh,
do I cook
so
with.
many oils from here. So avocado, macadamia nuts, grapeseed, canola, olive, vegetable, sesame,
Hot sesame.
hot sesame, chili oil. We create a number of our own flavored oils like rosemary,
Yes, I do my oils.
oil that has sort of a lemon infusion from lemon peel,
Lemon peel, yes. Orange,
garlic oil, right?
orange and tangerine oil.
And hot chili oil.
Yeah.
So do a lot of oil stuff. What you got here?
Because when we were younger and your parents always used to have a bottle of coconut oil with rosemary in it.
Mhm.
That was our hair grease, but that was good to put in the middle of your head if you have a cold.
Mhm.
Like you have a head cold and you're sneezing and stuff. Your mother will hold your head and she will put, oh, how I miss my mom at them times and those ages. But then whatever she taught me, I kept it with me. Happy Mother's Day, Princess B is saying. Happy Mother's Day to you too if you're a mama. And if you are not, I still wish you happy Mother's Day. So you can have it, hearing it from me, so you remember to share it to everybody else that you know are deserving of it. Yes, Joan says she had to look for the smoked fish. Yes, and they have smoked fish in oil too. Smoked sardines,
Yeah.
smoked herring in oils. The
Mhm.
smoked herring in oil, I think it is from not maybe Scandinavia or somewhere, but it's so tasty and the oil is so good and fresh that you could pour out the oil into a little bottle from the can. You could use your herring. It's very good, very smoky and nice. And that oil, if you're cooking like a rice, you could put few drops of that oil in your rice. Or if you're making like a pizza,
Mhm.
yeah, you're making a pizza, you could grate your cheese and
Mhm.
get the oil, and then you could touch. If you have a pastry brush, you brush your flour first, then you put your marinara sauce or whatever you're using before you put your cheese. Because there is a pizza that they sell, what they call, what not smoke, what they call it, Cindy?
Which one?
Anchovy.
Oh, the anchovies, not the pizza, the anchovies.
The pizza that is made with anchovy.
You can put anchovies on any pizza.
Yes, well, what I'm saying, I was looking for the name, anchovy. When you buy a can of anchovy, you can use all of it, or you can use some, and if you're making a nice rice, you could do a nice smoked anchovy rice. It will taste like if you have smoked fish in it.
So this one says Caribbean style Spanish rice.
Oh, Caribbean style, that means the Spanish rice that we make home in Trinidad and Tobago.
So
I
what
just
makes
want to let it be clear that the Spanish rice that we cook in Trinidad and Tobago is different from the yellow rice that people make all here in America. Ours have a lot of seasoning, a lot of color.
I mean, ours is more of a stir fry.
Yes, it is a stir fry, but people don't call it stir fry. Because once I made a rice and a woman said, you use oil. I said fry. I didn't say boil rice. I said fry rice. How do you fry? You fry with some form of fat, emollient, or something. You have to use some form of oil. It's frying. So frying, flash fry, is different from deep frying. But there's a whole lot of people on Facebook that declare themselves cooks just to criticize and just to get involved in negative behavior on Facebook when it comes to food.
So this is a Spanish fried rice, Caribbean style, which is different from this one, which is TNT style fried rice, more of an Asian infusion.
Yeah, well, this one doesn't have, I think, as much vegetables in it. Just going with a few things, a lot onions, I know for sure. Garlic, you have ginger in this one, you have egg in this one, and if you want to do anything else, like you could drop pieces of spinach all over it, or you could even saute some cabbage heart.
And in
And
this, emphasizing is you put in here no MSG.
no MSG. I don't use MSG in cooking. But when you buy a fried rice from some Asian places, you have to let them know that you don't want, because they don't know that the soy sauce also have MSG. The plum sauce may have MSG. The fish sauce may have MSG. So although they will, next thing they tell you no added, mean they wouldn't put extra white powder or white salty stuff in it. But every other stuff that they use in it will have what? MSG.
So if you look at these, right, your grains of rice look different. So this looks like a short, white, long rice. This look like a long grain white rice. And then
brown rice.
And here you've got brown rice. Well, I think this one is like a parboiled here. You have parboiled rice here.
Yeah.
This one, which is brown rice. So it's going to be heartier, nuttier in flavor, more fiber. So here, this
and easily digest. Yes, it's good for, if you have problem like a diabetic. This is the best rice thing.
This is cranberry fried brown rice, not parboiled. Don't knock it until you've tried it.
That's right.
So
that's how I speak with my food, because I am sure of my foods. I'm sure of what I'm cooking. I'm sure of the nutrients. I know what it can do when it comes to, the body, digestion, and everything.
And then this one is your holiday decorated brown, not parboiled rice.
Brown rice, my pepper rice. This is a special rice, special holiday rice, like a Christmas rice and New Year's Day rice.
How'd you do this one?
Well, this one was boiled and stir fried, just like a stir fry rice. And then I do the peppers by themselves. I did the peppers by themselves, season it up, steam it sort of, with little or no water in it, I think.
Flash.
A 2 spoon flash, yes. And then when the rice is almost done, I decorate the rice with the cooked seasoned pepper.
And you're using the natural shape of the peppers to give that.
Yes, to decorate. I didn't, this one here, that was the shape of the pepper. And then you squeeze it a little and get this shape. This
is also part of the pepper. That's the very base here, right?
Yes.
The middle there. And then the florets came from what? One of your herbs?
The florets is an herb, yes. I think that was
Erica says she's copying this one today.
I think you should. It's very, very very tasty. I want to say tasty, very tasty. You bring it to the taste you like. And this one here is my purple rice. This was done with purple cabbage.
So your caption here says, Christmas 2015, a most luxurious, hold on, I have a bunch of things that popped up on the screen here. So the caption says, a most luxurious, yummy, and festive rice using nature's color palette. All natural fruits, absolutely no dyes or food coloring.
No, what I do, and I have video to show what kind of food I buy. I go to the grocery. Well, mostly I will go with my daughter, and we will walk and look for the most colorful and fresh foods. Like they have purple cabbage, red cabbage. Yeah, they have the normal cabbage. Then we'll go around and we look for blue potatoes. You understand me? So if I want a blue looking purple rice, I will buy my potato and I will juice my
Oh,
stuff.
we have to extract the color as
Yes,
well. To get
yes. Yeah. You can't extract the color in heat.
yeah,
And if you want to extract color, you can't use oil. It's
yeah.
got to be soluble like water. And then I juice my stuff. If I want green rice, I don't use like green coloring. If I want a yellow rice, I use yellow food. If I want purple food, I use purple. If I want brown, I use brown rice, and then you could mix beetroot and you could mix anything brown. So we go in with red and green will give you brown.
Now this one is a red beans and rice.
Red beans and rice.
And your bay leaves. These are your bay leaves here.
These are my bay leaves and my thyme. And I think when I'm doing red bean and rice, I use a little piece of cinnamon. The cinnamon have a sweetness and it brings out a flavor that's hidden in the rice and to show it up and to give you a flavor. Then I know Jamaican will use whole spice.
Yeah.
Whole
allspice?
Allspice, the whole grain. That gives their rice a special flavor also. They use their allspice too in cooking their oxtails. I can also.
We have allspice. We have big
always all kind of allspice, grounded and the whole one.
So
I use allspice to drop in my hot water to make a tea.
Grain fat brown rice in here, so it gives it a little bit of a nutty flavor, which I like. And
Yes.
the dark red beans, because we don't buy the light red ones, so we only use dark red beans for that rich color contrast.
Color that you want in your red bean and rice.
So Joan is saying sound is gone. Is it really, Joan? Because I hear us okay here. And she says she planted purple basil. Let me speak up a little bit.
Yes, I know of the purple basil, but purple basil doesn't really give you so much, except because see, if you have to use a lot of basil, that means you're transforming your food into a basil flavor. And then we have to understand. But if you want the color that I'm telling you about, the basil will give you flavor. But to bring color in with basil alone, basil is a very strong. But I love purple basil.
So this is another naturally colored rice. So this is, you wrote here, so for those who patronize my restaurants in Tobago, you will know that I conceptualized and crafted this signature red rice with all natural ingredients in the 1980s. It is still one of my favorites because it always conveys a festive mood. Pictured here is my red rice made using brown, not parboiled rice.
Yeah. And I juice my vegetables. This doesn't have any form of coloring. A lot of people try this rice, but they will end up with a pink rice. They will end up because they don't know what gives the red. So that ingredient and that method you will get that in the cookbook. It's a kind of secret.
And then here you have with your red rice. So this one is your harvest rice. So you mix red rice with white rice to get more of a pink, speckled pink.
Pink and white.
Yeah, and you call it, and then you have an heirloom tomato and cucumber salad with it. And, to me, this tastes like it has meat. I mean, you add here, just add your favorite meat, fish, or veggies.
What brings out the flavor in my rice that you could eat it if when you are a vegetarian or stuff? You will have to go for natural stuff like cumin, jeera, and these things brings out the meat in it, the meat flavor. And to get the meat flavor with these things, there is no other oil to use but natural coconut oil that I get from Joan Phillips Pear. She has not given me any oil for more than a year right now, and I'm in need of the oil. You know, I don't know why Joan Phillips Spear is not making oil for me anymore. She said she was sick with her knee. I gave her permission to be sick, but not permission to be sick for so long where she cannot send me any oil. I have to buy oils now, and they're calling it pure oil, except this oil that we just picked up here from my son bring that home, I think, from Sam's Club or somewhere. It really is a flavored oil. It's really coconut. You get real coconut out of it. So here, Joan Phillips Spear, my dear friend, schoolmate, is on this live here right now, but Joan is not giving me anything.
So here's another one of your naturally infused colored rice.
So Joan, what you have to say about that? Let Joan answer first.
This was
she could answer. She laughing. You're right. I see you whining now and dancing on your knees, so you're good. You and your husband taking over Facebook now with dance. Dance in the garden, dance when you reach home, dance when you're coming from your bedroom, dance. All you do is dancing. Where is the oil?
So she said, these are great tips. Get your copyright. Yes, before somebody steals it. She says she has 2 jars on the table. Georgette will mail them. So there you go.
Well, I want to thank you in advance. I want pepper. Now you're claiming that your pimento pepper, your flavor pepper, the birds mix them up and make them hot. Please send me them still. When you send me that, I'm going to make a pepper sauce and I will let you know about it. I may send you a bottle. But you send me the pepper. Even though they're hot, I know how to use them, Joan. Joan, you're making up real excuses for me. And I want to tell you how I feel, you know, I'm waiting.
So this is your spinach rice, it says. The caption.
This is my spinach rice.
Spinach rice garnished with Dominican sweet peppers. Ooh, I love those peppers. Those are some of my
I need some of those to put in my pepper sauce now. I use those if I can't get pimento, the Trinidad pimento pepper.
But it has a distinct flavor that I like. Just like I like the Italian peppers for salads, I like the Dominican peppers in a salad.
Well, these I fried in a little coconut oil, a little teaspoon. Or I think I sprayed some one of your special oils and I kind of stir fry them for a little while, season them up nice with enough salt. You know, to put flavor to bland vegetables, just a little salt. We don't need Ajinomoto. We don't need those pepper stuff. We don't need all them kind of seasoning. And I used to use adobo, but you have to read the adobo now.
Adobo has soy, and the soy in it actually we don't do well with it. It bloats us. So we don't use any adobo anymore. We just mix our own.
I do my own seasonings.
Things.
If I have to do a rub, like this seasoning I put on my fish today. I stood over my fish and naturally mixed my own thing in a little jar, and then I started to drop it on that fish. And I did few pieces for Winston of that fish I seasoned for tomorrow. And trust me.
Can't do paprika, he can't do cayenne.
Yeah, that my son can't use all those things. No soy oil, no sesame oil, no sesame seeds anymore.
Really can't buy mixed things as a result. We just buy the specific individual things and put them together.
So this is my spinach rice. There's a secret with my spinach rice. There's a secret with my spinach rice and how I get my spinach rice to look, if I want it real green.
Now we're
if you want it just normally, you could just put the spinach in the pot. But if you want it, there's a special way of pressing it and squeezing it and get what you want and keep that just to heat and mix. When you give it heat, it transforms the stuff. The same way when you cook spinach too much, what happens with the spinach? It changes color. If you cook it too much, it will change color. It will bring it dark, like an emerald green. Not an emerald green, maybe an army green.
Yeah, emerald.
You may, yeah, but you want it like a good moss green, fresh. There's a secret in doing your spinach rice.
And now this is your coconut oat cashew flour dumpling.
Yes,
These were interesting because they float. They don't ever sink when you boil them. They stay right at the top because they're not dense.
they're light.
The coconut flour, the oat flour, the cashew flour combined, they're really light. And this is how they look when they're boiling. They stay at the very top of the
You know, dumpling will sink until it starts to cook, and then it float to the top.
But these
These
don't
stay
ever,
right there.
yeah, they never sink.
They're very aerated, yeah?
Yeah, very, very light, not very dense at all. Very nice. Hey, Erica. I'm just going through my mom's cookbooks, photos, and getting tips. So that's coconut oat cashew. And this one was a cassava dumpling or yuca. So you made this using a little bit of wheat flour.
A little wheat flour.
Yuca, right?
Yes, and most cassava. You have to be careful, you know, when you get the cassava. You know, we used to buy the grated cassava when we were in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go to most Latin stores, you could find already grated or milled yuca that's in frozen form. And
So you defrost it well, and when it defrosts, it will give off a lot of liquid from the freezing. So you have to put it over a colander, press it, and leave it to drain. Now, when you drain that, you're not throwing away that. That is what you're going to mix now with your flour, because if you put it too wet, you will have to just add flour until it dries out. Suddenly, you have more flour than cassava.
Dr. Erica says, Happy Mother's Day, Miss Panton.
Thank you so much. Happy Mother's Day to you, too. It's a blessing to be speaking with you this morning. And this morning, I want to lift you up and let God continue to have mercy on you and peace in whatever you do, Doctor. Peace.
Finished her fellowship. She's finishing up her infertility fellowship.
Ah, beautiful. If I were your mom, this would be the time I would be very antsy, anticipating that day to go out to really see you what?
Well, not many because most of the graduations right now are virtual.
Well, it's okay. This would have been my time.
So
I don't mind how long you guys stay studying. You see, when the end is coming, oh, I get in a fight. I get in a fight with the devil all the time. Plus, I'm lifting up God often and getting him in place because this is victory. So much success to you. Congratulations. And may things come to normal so you can show them what you're working with. Peace.
So this one is a blue cornmeal dumpling.
Yes, for all those who didn't know that we have blue corn and blue cornmeal, it's very tasty. There's a little kind of bitterness to it, but then it's unusual. And I made it into dumplings and I use it to make a blue cuckoo. Ah.
Yeah.
In the blue cuckoo, I use red pepper, green pepper, yes, yellow pepper.
And then this one is the stone ground wheat flour dumplings.
Pure wheat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, wheat, you can have it for breakfast. Yes, and I do that with a very nice curry sauce of something. At that time, my son, if my son is around, I will do shrimp for him, a curry shrimp. Then we would do a nice curry fish. One lady tell me how I can't cook. I'm not from Tobago. Tobagonian doesn't put okra in curry. I don't know where she came from.
She wasn't an authentic Tobagonian, clearly.
I don't know who she is, but I don't like people who stupid and nasty. And that's why most of us can't grow. And it's only when we go to a hotel and pay $80 for a plate of a little piece of something, then we recognize, oh my God, I have this food and I have this thing in my kitchen, but you never know how to cook it because you just stuck doing it one way. The one way you see it is not the only way.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that in a class, no matter how you think your math, you are good at math, there are many ways of coming to the right answer. You just get a formula, and that formula wins for you.
Mm.
That's why some teachers wanted to see what? How you work this out.
Mm-hmm.
How you come to the answer.
So this one is your cranberry dumplings. It says a beautiful standalone meal or a delicious complement to any savory entree. I really like these because they have a sweetness to them, so it really does contrast something savory, a little salty, a little tart.
Then you can put a little bit of butter in your frying pan, and you could rest these same dumplings, and they turn into a what? A breakfast meal.
Oh yeah, like a breakfast pancake almost.
Yes.
And so Erica says, let her get off your page talking that crap. I always put okra in my curry. Yeah.
I don't know. People just, and she made me to know that I am not from Tobago. Tobagonians don't. I don't know where she come from.
And then
she ever eat a good stewed on saltfish and okra in it?
Right. And this is a vegan cornmeal dumpling simmered in a red coconut curry sauce.
Yes.
One of my favorites.
I achieve my red curry. I get my red curry from tomatoes.
But you also buy red curry from the.
Yes, but we didn't use the red curry because you tell me you have to read it first, and most of the reading was in some other language.
So yeah, these are cornmeal, but this is all vegan. It tasted like it had meat because of the spices, right?
The spices, and we use some mushroom, the white mushroom.
So one of my favorite
to make the sauce.
Just you don't miss anything. It's hearty, it's rich, it's delicious.
And again, coconut oil
flavor. And then this one was a pan-fried vegan noodle. So here you have your
that I shape into a nest.
Yeah, it turned into a nest. It's in the frying pan still, the skillet. You've got these were mushrooms and cabbage and peppers and onions. And
those days you used to go crazy. When you come home and you see a vegan dish, you said, wow.
Yeah.
Because we really was off meat. And you had stopped eating pork.
Yeah.
After you finish.
Since med school anatomy, that just turned me off of pork.
Because you were stitching, you were learning to do stitches. Was stitches?
It was actually cutting, anyway, let's not ruin it. I'm finally back to eating pork every now and then.
But you say I don't want any more. Is Winston say he doesn't want any more?
I stopped eating pork again recently and bacon and all that. And then this is French thyme, or what they call oregano here. We call it French thyme, and we were growing our own. Nice and fresh that we got from Joan.
Oregano is the fine thyme that my twin brother have in his yard. We have it here. I have the fresh one. I have the fresh one that dried and you could see the whole leaf of it. That is oregano. They call this oregano the Chinese, the Spanish thyme. This is a Spanish thyme. And we have it like we call it French thyme home. So which is it? French thyme or Spanish thyme?
It's both. Dr. Erica said I'd be 300 pounds around all this food cooking. You learn to pace yourself.
No, you will not.
Because you're not eating big amounts, you're just not starving.
And the amount of vegetables that I added into my pasta and into my rice, it's filling. So you don't have to eat too much.
Giselle says, hey ladies, I'm back on. Now finished prep for my mom's special day. Lovely.
Lovely.
Dr. Erica says, good cooking. Joan says, I have a notebook with recipes that Iona wrote. She had prepared them all. I have to go through the book. Yeah, Joan. So
yes, I told Joan that I want to do a special cookbook where I will get at least 12 people per book to give one of their favorite, plus your name will be with your recipe. And I think I did a rice today that I want to sell that recipe.
Okay. So this one is your bow tie, your vegan homemade warm pasta salad.
Ah, I even picked up some. I even picked up some bow tie noodles yesterday.
Mm.
Yeah, I picked up bow ties.
Mm.
I usually do salad with these now. Yeah, and when I say hot salad, it doesn't have any mayonnaise at all. Yeah, I pick up some elbow because I have vegan cheese.
But they're not whole wheat or whole grain. Those are just
No,
still.
these not whole wheat. Whole wheat giving me I don't want to lie. Whole wheat giving me a kind of rough time.
Mm.
It is good you enjoying it and Winston too. So I buy that and I do that for him because tell me what,
Mm.
it bloats me of late. I don't know why.
Maybe you need a probiotic. This one
So I
is
have one.
whole grain rotini in a homemade meatless sauce. Another delicious vegan option.
Yes, I love rotini. They have so many room to hide the sauce.
Also, very colored rotinis.
Yes, I like colored rotini. I have some here, and I have the split peas. I have the split pea pasta here also.
And then this is a stir-fried noodle. It's actually
I'm coming.
linguine. Could be a linguine or fettuccine, but it looks like a linguine. This looks like a whole wheat linguine.
Yes, I have a lot of different stuff. My son likes black bean pasta. That is, I don't know if I have any recipe there with the black bean pasta. I have gluten-free chickpeas flour. This is what I made my roti with. When it's baking, you swear that you are doing some form of a doubles in the kitchen or doing a dal puri roti. When you mix your roti with that, mix your flour.
Fine.
This is almond meal flour. I don't use almond, so I will use this to make a porridge.
For whom? Because you
For,
can't.
for Winston, and when you come, you could have it.
Oh, okay. Of late, almonds have been messing with me.
Oh well.
I'm acquiring.
So we have the same allergy.
Weird though, because I didn't always have the
So
problem.
this is what we have here. We have spaghetti.
This one is your noodles. It looks to me like linguine. It looks like a whole grain linguine.
Yeah.
Titled Holiday Fiesta Stir Fried Noodles. So basically, you did the stir fry with your vegetables, lots of veggies, and then you garnished it with this tomato that you turned into a bread.
Yes. Even spinach is in this one.
Yeah. Dr. Erica says, where do you purchase your cookbooks? Girl, she's been sitting on it. She has it at home and hasn't actually published it yet. So I'm trying to encourage her by showing her everything she's worked on so far. And maybe she'll put it out in time for the holidays this year. If we can get her to publish it by fall, that would be awesome.
I wrote so many recipes with wild meat.
Mm-hmm.
So my daughter said, just post about 10.
Just do an ebook on wild meat cooking. So Joan says, Georgette said you are ready to roll with your cookbook. Picture perfect. She is. She's really ready to go. Erica says, LOL, ebook. Yeah, she just needs to.
And it's hundreds of food picture.
Wow. This is me. I'm taking credit for what I did. So this is my This is my creation, and basically I roasted a pumpkin, and so it's a pumpkin, and when you open it, it's full of meat and everything. So all this is edible. It's a fully roasted pumpkin from the oven.
I'm gonna do this one in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I better start it now before you reach.
Yeah. So you pour it out, you brush it inside with oil and seasonings, your salt if you need salt, your other herbs, and then the meat you actually do in a pot first. You do a quick cook and then you pack it in. You could do it with a vegan sausage or something. Joan says yes. Ha ha ha. Yeah, no, it's time. So we're working on it. We're gonna put out her ebook very soon. Coco is gonna, she has it all already, but this is that. So cooked to delicious perfection. She wrote here one of Cindy's special, a mincemeat stuffed pumpkin that is then baked to perfection. You know it's done when the skin starts cracking ever so slightly. Yes, but and I like these because people keep asking me, Cindy, can you cook? I can, but I like to cook things that look pretty, and I like to cook things where the one thing is the whole meal. So with this, when you slice,
and the whole kitchen dirty just to do that.
When you slice the pumpkin open, you actually end up with this lovely piece of pumpkin that has the meat on top. So your pumpkin is your carb. The meat, you saute it with spices. I use a little bit of jalapeno, but I take the seeds out so it's smoky. A little bit of lime juice, some pieces of celery and so forth.
And a little bit of ginger.
Just to really.
She loves to cook.
Yeah.
Meats and soup with ginger.
Eat things. So that's that. And then this is how Coco did vegan. So this is actually a potato, but she did it such that she changed around the skin so it looks
yes
like flowers. So she calls it, this is how I do vegan, potato florets, sweet plantain and grilled onion. So this is plantain, a yellow plantain that she steamed and then cracked it open for the look.
No, not only cracked, I put it in the oven.
Yeah.
To bake with the potatoes.
So
that's a roasted plantain in the skin. So all the nutrients from the skin went into the plantain. Trust me. If I tell you it's good, it's good.
She tells you it's good, it's good. But yeah, really good stuff. And then this one was a baked eggplant. So basically, again, this one was me, and she gave me credit. So it's all natural and organic, dairy-free, carb-free, low-calorie, yummy. So
the whole kitchen messed up again.
Hey, but it was delicious. So it's eggplant sliced up, and then half of the eggplant I actually put in a blender to help create the consistency that I wanted. But then at the very top here, I put vegan mozzarella, and that's really what held it together.
I do a lovely eggplant. And even when I went to Tobago once to do a function, people was asking for more.
Yeah. So then here is your sauteed mushroom medley. This would be your button mushrooms, right?
Oh, yes.
So we love mushrooms and prepare them in various ways.
And I cook them, yeah.
Stuffed mushroom, yeah. I like to stuff mushroom. So this is one of your many mushrooms.
One of many.
Sauteed mushrooms and red onion. So this is more button mushrooms. Yeah, and red onion sauteed together. Really soulful, really delicious. You can't tell you're missing meat at all. You just can't tell you're missing meat.
That was cooked with jeera and char masala.
So Joan Pear says, lovely. Dr. Erica says, I love mushrooms. Yes, Dr. Erica.
Oh, you could be in my kitchen.
I buy mushrooms by the pound. Like I go
even buy the dry one that we reconstitute.
And different one. This one is another stir fry of mushrooms. This time it has some zucchini with it and large white pepper. These were the Vidalia onions, so the big sweet onions cut out, peppers and
chunk. I cut them up in a way that it keeps the character and to give you a bite. When you're eating, you wouldn't miss meat because the flavor is in the coconut oil and the mushroom.
Yeah. More mushrooms. So these are spiced shiitake mushrooms and chicken, or what we call chana garbanzo beans. Another full meal. With this one, you don't even need rice or any other carb because you've got some protein, some carb. You've got your mushrooms and the shiitake. Can you guys tell I love mushrooms? I love mushrooms. I can go through every mushroom and its flavor from cremini.
And if my son is not around, I use sesame oil.
Yeah,
with some sesame seeds.
Substitute, instead of sesame oil, we use macadamia nut oil.
Yes.
Please, since he can't eat, if he or anybody else who can't do sesame. So that's one. More mushrooms. This one is more button mushrooms sauteed with peppers. Um, And then my favorite, which is string beans sauteed, and this is the pieces of sauteed ginger that were sauteed with it. Now, how do you get
So
your
this
beans?
was amazing, huh?
Get your beans to stay so green, Coco? And these are the long string beans that you
The
get from
long, long, long beans.
Asian market. Mm. I love them, but you need to
Well, with these,
don't let them stay too long.
you flash steam them a little,
Mm.
and then you drop them into ice water.
Mm.
Then when you ready now, you put your oil in your onions and you work it with your ginger, and then you put them back into the oil. You're not gonna leave them too long. But when you finish with your flash frying
Mhm.
in the oil, you take the stove off, you cover it down, and then you keep turning it like every 5 minutes over and over. Then you leave it so
Mhm.
it can cook, because these beans can be very hard. So you have to know
Yeah, but you
what
also
you're doing.
cook them fresh. Don't leave them in the fridge for too long. Don't
Yeah,
keep.
we bring them home and use them.
You have to use them right away to really get
So
the
if we don't use them right away, I have to cut them and
yeah.
cook them like body beans. Oh, they're very good with curry.
And flash them the same way in the water and put them in the freezer.
Yes. You can't put them green in the freezer, or else when you cooking them, they remain hard.
Mhm. And then this is them dressed up with the shiitake and the
And they
garbanzo.
go banzo.
So it looks like a nest, right? So combine two of our delicious low carb yet filling vegan meals, spiced shiitake mushroom and chickpeas.
These are meals that you could prepare if you're having like a party where we have a lot of vegan eaters and or vegetarian people who don't want any meat or stuff. Or even if somebody there just as eat fish, a pescatarian, you could still do this, and you could put fish into the middle and you serve them a nest.
Mhm.
And you could put rice around, if you want rice, you put it in a different container. And if they want, they will scoop rice to suit if they want rice. Some people doesn't want any carb.
So
Another mushroom.
green beans cut up smaller, and button mushrooms with red peppers and a medley. So different way to do it, but
Well seasoned, tasty, no meat. And I think I was doing better with my health when I wasn't eating any meat at all.
I certainly do. And then this is stewed lentil peas, and the peppers used at the top from the stew just to
For meat, as
curry.
meat.
Yeah.
Very tasty, well seasoned,
Mhm.
well marinated.
I love lentils, and of course, home here I have lentils of every color, including black lentils. I have
Yes, I love it too.
red. I have
And
blue.
those lentils that's cooked so quick, like,
Mhm.
home, when you get lentils home, you're cooking lentils all day.
Mhm. And then these are your sugar snap peas that you seared in the pan on the pan that has the grill lines.
Yes.
They're just finger food. So you're looking for a healthy finger food.
Like you're watching television and you sit there, you know.
And then lima beans and mushrooms, another
Yeah, that was good.
meal unto itself. And this is stewed green pigeon peas, or what some people call Congo peas. This is very much a West African meal that then came to the Caribbean. So it's what we call pigeon peas. It's what they call in Latin countries where they have that Afro Latin influence, what we call gandules. These are those green.
Cooking
Mhm.
fresh coconut.
Okay. And she
Where
wrote,
you fry your onions, you fry up the onions until you get toasty and caramelized, and then you get ready to do your peas. That frying of the onion alone gives it a flavor of meat. And this is a secret in cooking, where when my daughter, we sat and we said, no wonder why such some races don't eat meat.
no
They
need to.
don't miss meat.
In fact, you don't miss it if you never eat it. But even for people who successfully transition to mostly eating vegan or only eating vegan, if you need to be able to create those complex flavors, so that you don't miss it, because you really feel if it's bland and it's and everything tastes the same no matter what you cook, no matter what ingredient, you're unlikely to remain vegan or remain plant-based. But the truth is, there are so many different ways to cook food. Sometimes you can really cook them, other times you cook them semi-cooked, other times they're mostly raw, but you season them and flavor them differently each time. So you still have the variety, and they become your main course as opposed to a side dish.
Like any form of soup or broth that you want to bring out this flavor, like if you're eating something so special, fry a little garlic. Do not burn your garlic. Translucent, or you bring it to a little caramelization.
She
And
does
trust me,
got lots of place to plant in the yard there in LA. So Joan asked, do you have a place to plant in the yard? I have string bean seeds from the Philippines. They're sometimes 17 inches long.
but
Yes,
that's the bean I'm talking about.
send them. And then this is grilled peppers and onions grilled in the George Foreman grill. Just a countertop George Foreman grill. You grill these, and again, more flavor, more diversity of flavor, so that you're not feeling like you're just bored. And okra seeds of different kinds. Yes, send us the red okra, white okra.
Sorry, okra. That's the okra that we grow up with in Tobago. Trinidadians didn't get that okra until late. That is a Tobago okra. I don't know where it came from, but that's the okra that we had, and the seeds were transferred to Trinidad. That's what the propagated station there in Louisville and in Scarborough. They used to buy the seeds from us. That's the okra that when you cooking with that okra kalaloo, six okra can give you kalaloo with almost 15 leaves of dasheen bush, and it's supple, because that we call sorrel okra. It is so strong that even if you don't have enough okra and you break off about 5 or 6 young leaf, young leaf from the tree, you wash it and you cut it up with your kalaloo dasheen leaves, with whatever little okra you have, with couple flowers. Trust me. I don't like to give out secret, because a lot of people just will steal it, and they don't even want to say, give you credit. They will be laughing at your food. They don't know about cooking. And I never know that people used to use like peas leaves until while I was living there, when I was staying with you there in
Connecticut, and they use it in
Connecticut.
stuff.
And the Asian country, you must be one more person was that living in that whole big complex. You hear me? And you guys used to plant gardening. You win how many prizes?
That was
Rochester.
We had our own gardens, yeah.
And I will see these old ladies coming out, going there with a little bowl or with their hat, and they're just budding all the bean shoots, the bean leaves, the small ones. The shoots, and then when they're coming back home to go cook
salad. So bean shoots make a delicious fresh salad. Oh my God, so delicious.
Now when you're eating it, you swear you're eating body, you know. You swear you're eating string bean.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, because the flavor of the bean is there. It's there. Joan says, get the soil ready. I would label the bags. I'm putting her to do the mailing chore. Lovely. So Coco, this one, you have it labeled as pan roasted zucchini and red peppers.
Yes.
So
this is the yellow zucchini that you cut in whatever shape you like. I love that shape. You know, it adds character to the dish. And
so that's on a bias.
Yes, on a bias, and I use my grill. I have my stovetop grill pan. And I will just oil them a little, spray. You know, we used to buy all these spray, all the spray, what they call them oils, not the normal oil, canola oil spray. Most of them you buy them, most oils you buy in spray, so that we will know exactly we're not going to abuse the oil. We're not using too much oil because we will have gallons of oil, but you will buy the olive oil spray and stuff like that. So we can spray toast them and give them the line, shift them around, put it one way, then you twist it the other way. Well, I use my stovetop grill to grill these. And let me tell you guys something. No meat.
But the roasting added the different layers of flavoring. And then
yes, some dark, some light.
By really doing a dark roast on the herbs, it added a whole different complexity to the flavor as opposed to just keeping them there and fresh. So it was.
See, when you steam these things, the water soluble. So you know what happened with them. They already have their own water. It's just like cucumber. So the less liquid you put them to cook in, the more you would enjoy it. Except you want to mix them now with okra. It's a different story. I do okra in many shapes and forms.
This one is your okra, which is just steamed okra.
Seasoned like a sauce.
Deliciousness. And then
lemon juice, lemon rind.
Stir-fried with bell peppers, but not stir-fried so that they're hard or they're hard. This is a nice one. And then this
okra.
Green okra. So okra with chana.
Chickpeas, yeah. With peppers. And this one was done with curry and jeera. Joan sent me those. I don't know when you move from your first place to your other house now, I don't know where you put all those things because we're supposed to have even coconut oil, but I don't know because you had people packing for you.
Yeah. Dr. Erica says okra, yum.
Yum, exactly. I do okra almost every day in a week.
Yeah. And then this is a pot full of saltfish, so what we call bacalao, home style, authentic roasted coconut oil from Joan.
Joan, your name on my stuff, his name here.
And then yet another, so this is cassava or boiled yuca, okra, zucchini, green bananas, right? And some pink rice, also served with bacalao with saltfish.
Yes.
And made with homemade roasted oil from Joan.
Yes. That's where I get my oil. That is how we cook.
And of course, you garnish it with the Dominican peppers and some culantro, it looks like. More saltfish. So this is chunky saltfish with zucchini and sun-dried tomatoes.
Yeah. Yeah, people.
The lime, just yumminess. It's the same thing again.
My daughter eat that by the spoonful.
This is more saltfish or bacalao with okras.
Yes. Yes.
With a fresh plate of white rice. Deliciousness.
And cucumber.
Joan Orr says, Happy Mother's Day to all of you.
She must be going to bed now. We keep she up all night in a family.
And then
keep her awake here tonight.
Saltfish or bacalao. So this is with dumplings, those whole grain dumplings, and then yam, yellow yam, which I love.
Oh yes, you bought that yam.
Love yams. Love yam. That's just
I'll turn that yam into a salad, turn it into a pie, a casserole, turn it into fried yams.
Now this is stewed bacalao, stewed saltfish with tomatoes for eating with dumplings or rice. On this day we ate them with dumplings. Yep. Just deliciousness. Fresh, rich. And then this one is saltfish with okras, onions, tomatoes, but laid out to look like, it's about the display because you eat with your eyes and not just. Dr. Erica says, I never had that type of fish. I must try it. Oh, yes. This is a staple in the Caribbean. Saltfish. You hear about ackee and saltfish out of Jamaica. In the southern
Caribbean. People in Spain do a lovely dish with yuca potato, with potato and bacalao.
They call it bacalao.
It's not Spain. It's not Spain. Where Sal was from?
Portugal. I keep
Portugal. All right.
Portugal.
You're not to rush me up,
They do
so I know you know your thing.
Southern Italy. Bacalao is Southern Italy. It's also Spain.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, bacalao is it's a thing of beauty. A thing of beauty.
I have some for breakfast in the morning.
And then this is sardines. So sardines from the can, you would think, right? Oh, just the can. Well, Coco jazzes it up and makes it look like it's gourmet. So yeah, it's an upgrade to an old staple. On occasion, we have sardines for breakfast or as a snack. Here, lightly steamed and citrus infused chunky tomato slices, sweet onions, and sardine chunk goes well with
Yum, yum, yum.
homemade bread of your choosing. Life principle: if you
Or
can,
white rice with a cucumber salad.
yeah, if you can have a can of sardines at hand, you will not starve.
You have sardines and pasta, you will never starve. Around me.
John
I
says,
know.
"Oh my God, my mouth is full of water. I'm going to cook saltfish with my breadfruit this morning." Joe likes it. Yes. Now, are you gonna boil the breadfruit or roast it, John?
Joe like to roast it.
So, for those who are watching, we love to travel so we can eat, right? You know, some people travel so they can take pictures of themselves on
We
vacation.
do both.
Travel so we can take pictures, but mostly take pictures of food. But we also travel so that we can explore markets. So wherever we go, we try to go to their local market so we can see what they sell. And as much as possible, wherever we stay, we try to stay where there's a kitchen available so that sometimes we make our own stuff. In part because we have a lot of food allergies. So it's easier for us to make our own food and control what we eat in terms of the ingredients versus if we stay in places, we stay where we know the kitchen, the staff will definitely cook what we want to eat, and they're very mindful of the ingredients. Like they tell you what they're really putting, and they're honest about it. But yeah, and of course, yeah, if we travel, we'll rent a house, a villa, whatever. Not so much. We're not really villa people often, although I like a nice villa. Um, but it's so we can make our own foods, and so we explore markets and quickly find ingredients wherever we are so we can put things together. But yeah, this sardine is a staple. And then this is Coco's hot sauce.
People, anytime you see me bending down, I'm trying to finish this by tomorrow evening.
Yeah, it looks like you're distracted though. So this is fresh
No,
homemade,
I'm not distracted. I'm talking.
and it's on a bed of watercress. So you guys know I love watercress. Coco knows I buy
Oh,
water
I did a watercress
I possibly can.
open face sandwich for my son the week here.
Yeah.
And
I love everything about watercress. It just has that complexity and adds layers to a salad. It changes a salad.
do you know you can saute? Because the open face sandwich I made, just because of the coronavirus and eating fresh salad, not too good right now for me, because of people can cough or sneeze or whatever.
We don't
I
do it food talk.
I saute most of my vegetables. So I swish, swash, yes, in my wok, my watercress. And I made a lovely sandwich. No meat, grilled onions, tomatoes, seasonings, and the watercress. Try it with lemon juice.
So continuing the fish, this is salmon steaks. Again, you just have a pan that has the grill lines and you grill your salmon on a bias so that the grill lines come up. And this is stuffed coconut roasted grilled fish. I love grilling whole fish. That's my thing. Coco always jokes
Throw
that
them in the pan. You see the pan that I use?
buy whole fish, but I don't like to clean them. I don't, but I buy them. So I try now to buy fish from places where they'll clean it for me so that I can then come home and just roast it. But this is in a George Foreman grill, grilled in a George Foreman grill. This is the grill here. You can see the grill. But yeah. Joan says, I did one on the stove first time. I'm going to roast the other today. Joe's job to roast outside on the 3 stone fires. Yeah, I know a lot of people who roast their breadfruit right on their stove. If you have an open flame, you can roast your breadfruit on your stove. Joan Orr says, come text us now. Are you watching the pictures or not? Because we could wrap up. This one is...
No. Joan said to come. My family, Joan there.
Well, we are island people, so you bet we have at least 101 ways to cook fish. Here, another grilled salmon steak. Just pure deliciousness. Absolute deliciousness.
Yes.
Yeah. Again,
one per person. You and I. Yes.
Eat with your eyes, right? So I feel like if I can first see my food and it looks beautiful, I'm gonna not need to eat as much because I'm already taking it in with my eyes. I'm already satisfying.
You know how many people you have on this live? That means we got to do this over again?
No, they can just watch it later.
Oh, okay.
This is fish in coconut sauce served with cassava dumplings.
Ah, yum, yum.
This is oven-seared salmon fillet.
Oven grill.
No, it was seared. And then pan-grilled salmon fillets. Lightly battered fried fish. And this is fried jacks.
That is jacks. Yes, jacks. We used to get jacks. Where we used to get jacks?
New York.
In Connecticut. No, this was Connecticut.
No, we brought these from New York. Everything else is from Connecticut. The jacks were from New York.
When we bring the jacks from New York?
Went to New York City, brought it up to Connecticut from New York.
So we bought them by the Asian place, them jacks here. They had the jacks. It's right there, the guys. Yes. Some lovely big jacks.
And then this is tilapia with roasted vegetables. Roasted, delicious.
Yum, yum.
Another different flavor of fish. So I like fish. I am allergic to shellfish, but I love fish.
You can eat fish every day.
Eating different fish, and because each type of fish, especially if you don't just do traditional white fish like flounder.
You love to cook swordfish.
Yeah, I like fish. I love fish. I love swordfish steak. I like fish. Fish is my favorite thing. This is steamed fish. So we got porgies. And we actually bought these from the supermarket, and you can buy porgies. It's not even expensive, right? This is literally a meal. What you're looking in this pot, that $10 can give you a meal for a family. You can buy them for about $4. You're going to get 3 or 4 porgies because they're not an expensive fish. You can do rice. You can do pasta. And you have this gorgeous looking meal. Like you just spend hundreds of dollars for it.
Mm-hmm.
And literally.
And I make my own sauces.
Mm-hmm. Joan says this live needs a replay daytime for our sleeping colleagues. Yes, so tomorrow Coco will do a watch party if she'd like. But I love fish, but I also love all the different ways you can do fish because fish doesn't have to be boring. No meat has to be boring, but fish for sure doesn't have to be boring because there's such a diversity of fish you can get, but also there's such a different way you could cook fish. So fish, more fish. This one is the same porgy again, but now the porgies have been pan roasted. So here you've got stewed, right? Steamed porgy, and now you've got pan roasted porgy. Just delicious, fresh. And then this is corn fish. So this was fish that was from Tobago.
Smoked fish from Tobago, yeah.
And then we stewed it. So the word corn is just an island term for dried or preserved fish, which is similar to bacalao or saltfish, but different. And you
smoke on this one.
Full of preservation, really.
Yeah.
It's how you can preserve fish without needing refrigeration.
Yeah.
And then this is pan roasted fish. So, Coco then infused it with lemongrass. So you've got
lemongrass from Joan.
She had lemongrass. So it really infused it with that lemony flavor, but it wasn't overwhelming lemon. Just a lemony flavor. So delicious.
Yum, yum. I remember these foods.
This was, I'm remembering to show you as well because I feel like you've stopped doing some of this for yourself now. This is fish head, just the head of the fish stewed. So again, if you're somebody who's like, I can't afford fish, I like salmon, but it's too expensive. Most supermarkets, they cut off the head from the fish and they sell the salmon for steak and fillets and so forth. So you could usually buy the head of the fish, which still has a big chunk of fish on it. There's still big pieces of fish connected to the head for like 99 cents a pound, 150 a pound, 199 a pound. While if you think about it, salmon itself, you're paying somewhere in the order of $8 a pound. If it's fresh caught salmon, you're paying $9 to $12 a pound for a fish. But if you buy the fish head, you can get it for $2. And so this
Plus,
was
there's always a slice
a
of
nice
fish.
fish on it. So even if you're not really interested in the fish head, you're gonna get a lot more pieces of fish. So if you're like, I really want fish, but it's expensive, I like to show people this option. 'Cause you
Kingfish.
still get healthy fish for your family from the supermarket. You don't have to
And
go.
salmon head is so cheap.
It's cheap.
And
It's
you usually get a nice, thick,
$1.
good
Yeah.
slice at the bottom of the head. That was on the body, that going towards the body. That last piece there is a decent, thick slice of fish.
Joan says, I could send you another lemongrass plant. I just got some from Home Depot. Nice. We will take it, Joan. But yeah, so this is fish head stewed. And we eat the fish head, but many people won't. But you can get the part that's connected, that first part right under the head, full of meat, just lots of meat. So that's one way. This is grilled chicken drumsticks, so now we're going into the chicken. Maybe we'll wrap it up here. We can show chicken another time. So tonight we showed Coco's rice, her pasta, and
Some of the pasta. You ain't sharing the green spinach pasta yet.
no, but I showed most pasta. We did dumplings. So we did some of her carb staples, her sides, and then we went through all the fish. Erica Beard says 99 cents a pound in the Bay Area. Yeah, so she can get fish head 99 cents a pound in the Bay Area.
And what a soup you could make.
We make soups and broths with fish head. If you're looking to make a fish soup, a fish broth, you could do that. But again, I'm also saying it for someone who's like, fish is too expensive. The reason why I don't eat fish is because it's so expensive to get good fish. What I'm telling you is the good fish, not the farm raised, the fresh caught, the wild caught. They sell the head for cheaper. And so you can literally end up with all the fish you need without breaking the bank, breaking your pocket, and eating healthy. And that was one of the things we took pride in learning. I wanted to learn. And it wasn't that we couldn't afford food, but I've always felt like I should always learn how to cook a healthy, nutritious, beautiful meal on a budget. If you
On a
know
budget.
that, then you can always jazz it up even more. But you should still know how to cook great food on a budget. Dr. Erica says, great info. Thanks, Doc. Thank you. Yeah. So anyway, that concludes Coco's and mine food tour. We did an hour and 30 minutes of food and introduced people to some cool things.
We have salads to go through, simple salad.
Do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. It's now
Well,
12
today
a.m.
is Mother's Day already.
So let's wrap it up.
And
I need to
we just want to wish
let
each and every one, whether you are a mother or not, to show you some foods, to show you what you can do with your sugar beets, what you can do with your sugar peas, where you can your sugar snap peas, what you can do with spinach, where you can do with okra, what you can do with mushrooms, what you can do with chicken, what you can do with pasta.
I'm just saying a fresh salmon at her market is $50. It's true. And when I lived in New Haven, we would spend about $200 to $250 whenever we'd go to buy seafood from the seafood market, because we went to the seafood market and we'll buy a whole, like 5 snapper. We'll buy
a whole kingfish.
They'll cut it up, slice it up for us, wash, just prepare it. We'll buy squid. will buy all our fish. We would buy and select what we wanted. And yeah, fish is expensive. It's expensive. And that was one of the first things we realized was you could also get good fish head for so much less than the whole fish. And the question was,
And we love fish head.
Yeah. So that was a win-win for us. Erica says,
in New York, you used to carry us when you guys just got here. You used to go and buy wholesale meat from Western
beef.
Western beef, yeah.
Yes,
and then we learn certain steak, the shell steak, the this here steak, and the flavor of them, and we learn how to roast them, how to cook the ribs. We learn everything.
Let people know how to choose fresh fish. Yes, so when you choose
the eyes of the fish,
you look at the eyes and the smell. Fresh.
Yeah, if it's too fishy, it ain't good.
If you are buying fish and you're like, I'm buying it because it smells like fish, it's not good. Fresh fish doesn't have a smell. Fresh fish shouldn't smell. The eyes shouldn't be red. They shouldn't be cloudy. They should just be clear. Like fresh.
Okay, yes.
The gills should be fresh. They shouldn't look cloudy. They shouldn't look red. They shouldn't look sick, basically. But
they shouldn't look pink. They should look reddish.
It shouldn't smell. If it smells, you got a bad thing on board.
If it's too fishy, it ain't good.
Yeah. Like we once bought some fish and the guy insisted the fish was fresh. We knew it wasn't fresh because we took it home and we tried to cook the fish. The whole house, oof.
Plus the fish began to break up into little scraps.
Yeah.
That fish wasn't good.
It was rotting. So no. Dr. Erica says, thank you. And Joan says,
you're welcome.
Buy a headless fish. Yeah, which is why we like going to the fish market directly.
Because the fish spoils from there, the head.
Well, what she means is because you should be able to inspect the head to know if your fish.
Yes. And most time they know it's spoiled, so they take off the head.
So that's how we buy fish. That's how island people shop for fish. They go and they inspect the head and they look at the eye color, the gills, and so forth. And if you hear an island person say it smells like fish, they're actually telling you don't buy it.
Don't buy that.
If you see an island person turn up their nose or they go, that's bad. You got bad fish.
Keep your rotten fish.
Yeah, it's not getting sold. We're not buying it. Well, 1 a.m.
Well, Dr. Duke, I want to thank you so much.
Happy Mother's Day.
For being here with me today. I hope I get you another day. I hope you don't procrastinate around me.
I got work to do, though. I have quite a few things to do and get off.
Are you going to come today still?
I'm scheduled to, but I don't like to advertise on live what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
We'll chat. See you later.
See you later, my people. Stay blessed. Cook up. Give your mom a kiss if you have one. And for those that lost their mom like last year, like Joan Phillips Spear, Joan, I want to wish you some comfort and wish you peace. And stay strong. I know you going through some all kind of mourning from family, from niece to from your daughter to your mother. So many deaths you alone experienced for the past few years. So I pray that Corona will come and leave you safe for me. Yes.
John says the guys know her at the market. When they see her, they start opening the head.
That's right.
They know she needs to inspect it.
That's right. So anybody else have anything to say this morning as I wish people the blessings and joy of the day, Mother's Day? Not even for mothers only, for men out there who supporting the roles, being a good father and being a mom too also. We just ask for continued guidance. We pray for all nurses. We pray for policemen, firemen. I pray for doctors, those out there in the healthcare environment who have to leave their homes and go into other people's home to take care of the old, to take care of the people who not, because we have mothers that just make babies, that we have home attendants have to go in because she's not doing well herself. She is postpartum, she has children, and you have to go into those homes to work. I pray for social workers right now. And many of them will do a great job. Some of them already never used to do a good job. They're out there just for money, for scheme and for scam. I only hope that they pick up their agenda and work with it and do well. I pray for all those interns who have to rush their graduation to get into practice before they graduate. And I pray that their psyche would remain intact. And if any damage is caused by this work, we pray that it can be repaired. Right, Dr. Duke?
Amen.
A lot of people would be hurt and damaged. A lot of people will have to go through some treatment, some therapy. A lot of people knew that they can watch people die, but to watch so many people die in such a helpless way, to watch their own co-workers die in their presence, I know it's very hard. So for everyone who is up this hour, we pray for peace and safety. Amen. And the people of God say what?
Amen.
Amen. Cindy, Dr. Erica Baird is saying something.
You can't eat avocados. Someone said probiotics will reverse that. I don't know if probiotics will reverse
I can't eat avocado.
Allergy. So if it's an allergy, maybe not. But it might be you're allergic to something that they're processing them with. So have you tried like organic avocados?
Because if I eat organic cherries, I could eat it. If it's not organic,
So I would say before completely thinking it's truly avocados, try organic, one that's pesticide free and all that. Because, a lot of our avocados, many of them are grown in America, but many come from other countries. And in order for them to travel well, they have to
spray them, yeah,
so that they can travel and stay fresh. So try organic. Versus the type of avocado. Have you tried a zabuka? The big ones like we have from back home? I
think I should try zabuka.
Yeah, you might do differently.
But you know what, with some fruits like peach and so on, if I eat them preserved in the syrup from the can, I could eat cans. Normal peach.
Might be something related to the skin one, right? Because there are people who are allergic to mango skin, but they can eat the mango. Then there are those who can eat mangoes once they've been frozen. And so it suggests there's something within it that has to be inactivated or something. And then they tolerate it better, it seems.
No, there's a new mango that we have out here that people don't know. And it's TJ kind of like tell me, about this mango. The mango doesn't have any straw.
She told you to get the mangoes from Thailand, right? She was telling you to only use the Thai mango.
Our mango from the Caribbean or Thai. The other mango that doesn't have any straw, I am eating that. The mangoes from home, I get nauseous when they're ripe.
I never get nauseous with a mango from home.
Well, since I had you, I can't eat mango.
Well, tough nuggies, Coco.
When I used to be pregnant, I could eat watermelon real good. You remember that? Whole big watermelon.
That was me.
With Winston, you know that.
Oh, okay.
I used to eat watermelon with you until right through. But it's only when I'm pregnant, then you could eat watermelon. As soon as the pregnancy over, soursop. I'm afraid to drink soursop right now. But I don't think it was the soursop main. I think it was the milk.
Most likely.
Because the same curdling of oh my God, Sylvia Cox used to make me a rich soursop drink when I was pregnant with Winston and send it up or bring it up. Me just come to drop off this for you. And Sylvia, like, she used to put all the milk in she shop.
There's all that powdered milk plus evaporated milk plus condensed milk. It's a lot of milk.
Thank you, Sylvia Cox. You people were so nice. You guys treated me so well.
You're welcome, Erica. All right, Coco, we're wrapping up. Good night.
Peace. Good morning. Good night. Good evening. Somewhere in the world.